Welcome. According to badminton information in the year 2012, about 760,000 Americans out of this figure call badminton their favorite game. Now, have you ever wondered where did this game originated from? And what's more interesting is that in this video, we are going to talk about the history of badminton, including its facilities and equipment. What is badminton? Badminton is a racket sport played by either two opposing players or two opposing pairs who take positions on opposite halves of a rectangular court divided by a net. History of badminton. Badminton game began during the mid-18th century in British India. The British military officers who were stationed there in the said area created the badminton game. Traditionally, badminton known as the game of battledore and shuttlecock. Also, the game came to be known as Pune since it became popular in the British garrison town named Pune, now known as Pune. The retired officers took back the game to England, where it developed and rules were set out. In 1860, a London toy dealer named Isaac Spratt published a booklet entitled Badminton Battledore, a New Game. However, no copy has survived. In year 1873, the new sport definitively launched at the Badminton House, Gloucestershire, owned by Duke of Beaufort, and during that time, badminton became the official name of the new sport. In 1887, the game was played in England based on the regulation prevailed in British India. The Bath Badminton Club standardized the rules of the game. However, during the same year, the basic regulations were drawn up. In 1893, the first set of rules of the game was published by the Badminton Association of England, such these rules were similar to the rules of badminton today, and officially launched badminton in a house called Dunbar at 6 Waverley Grove, Portsmouth in England on September 13 of the same year. In 1899, they started the All England Open Badminton Championships, which was the first badminton competition in the world.
Here is the continuation about the history of the badminton. International Badminton Federation or IVF, also known Badminton World Federation, was established in the year 1934 with Canada, Denmark, England, France, Netherlands, Ireland, New Zealand, Scotland, and Wales and its founding members. India joined as an affiliate in 1936. Competitive badminton in Europe traditionally been dominated in Denmark, Indonesia, South Korea, and Malaysia. Among these nations that consistently produce world-class players in the past few decades, China being the most dominant in recent years. Governing bodies: Badminton World Federation with the five regional confederations. First, Asia, Badminton Asia Confederation. Second, Africa, Badminton Asia Confederation of Africa. Third, America, Badminton Fan-Am with North and South America. Fourth, Europe, Badminton Europe. And fifth, Oceania, Badminton Oceania. Thank you.
Badminton court.
Let's proceed to the badminton court. So napaka-importante po na malaman natin na ang bawat linya sa badminton court ay may kanya-kanyang purpose. So ang una po ay ang linyang ito. Ang linyang yan ay tinatawag na singles long service. Ginagamit po yan kapag yung laro is for singles. Yan po ang magiging service line. Then kapag naman po yung laro is for doubles, Ito pong pangalawang linya ang magiging service line. Then sa badminton court, meron din po tayong sidelines. Ito po. Yang nauunang linyang yan ay tinatawag na doubles sideline. Samantala yung pangalawang linya ay tinatawag na singles sideline. Pareho lang po sila dito sa baba. So, meron din po tayong center line na kung saan hinahati niya yung left service court at right service court. Ito po ang center line. Samantala, yung nandito naman po, ang linyang yan ay tinatawag na short service line. Ngayon, pag-usapan naman po natin ang measurement ng badminton court. So, sa full width, meron po tayong 20 feet. Yan po. Yan po ang full width ng badminton court. Meron siyang measurement na 20 feet or 6.1 meters. Pero yung laro, kapag yung laro is for singles, the width reduced to 17 feet or 5.18 meters. Yan po yung magiging width kapag yung laro is for singles. Then, sa full length naman po natin, meron pong 44 feet or 13.4 meters. Then, the distance between the short service line and doubles long service line ay 13 feet or 3.96 meters. Then the distance naman po between sa short service line at saka sa net ay 6 feet and 6 inches or 1.98 meters. Samantala yung distance naman po between doubles long service line and singles long service line ay 2 feet and 6 inches or 0.76 meters. Yan lamang po for the badminton court. Salamat!
Badminton net. Definition of the net badminton. The net place is oftenly underappreciated in the badminton, unless other skills that only benefit single or double player. Net place is extremely valuable for both. It stretches across the middle of the court and over which players must be hit the shuttlecock. The net of badminton. The net is 1.55 meter or 5 feet and 1 inch high at the edge, and 1.52 meter or 5 feet high in the center. The net posts are placed over the double sideline. Even when single is played, there is no mention in the law of badminton of the minimum height for the ceiling above the court. Nonetheless, the badminton court will not be suitable if the ceiling is like to be hit on a high serve. That's all. Badminton racket.
What is racket? Racket is a tool that is used for transferring force from a player to a shuttle. Badminton racket can be categorized by a few characteristics: shape, stiffness, weight, and balance. So the weight of high quality racket is between 75 to 95 grams. Badminton racket is composed of different materials such as carbon fiber. Carbon fiber has an excellent strength to weight ratio. It is stiff and gives excellent kinetic energy transfer. Before the adoption of carbon fiber composite, rackets are made of light materials such as aluminum, wood, and steel. But there are a wide variety of racket design, although the law limit the racket size and shape.
Badminton rackets comes with a two major head shape, which is isometric and oval. Oval is the traditional racket shape. It is a slightly bottom-heavy oval, almost the shape of an egg. Oval racket is generally have a small but more concentrated sweet spot which could bring more power to a player. Isometric or square become more popular in early 1990s. Isometric are more wider and squared racket head, which could bring increased chance for hitting the shuttle on a sweet spot.
Badminton strings.
Now let's tackle about strings. First, what is strings? String tension refers to how tight the racket string is tied to the racket, and it's measured in pounds normally. Badminton string is on a racket is divided into the main and cross, where the main is the vertical strings line whereas the cross is the horizontal string lines. The strings are thin, high-performing strings in the range of about 0.62 to 0.73 mm thickness. Thicker strings are more durable, but many players prefer the feel of thinner strings. String tension is normally in the range of 18 to 36 pounds of force. Recreational players generally string at lower tension than professional, typically between 18 and 25 pounds of force. Professional string between about 25 and 36 pounds of force.
Badminton grip.
The next equipment used by the badminton players are grips. The grips, the choice of grips, allows a player to increase the thickness of his racket handle and choose a comfortable surface to hold. A player may build up the handle with one or more several grips before applying its final layer. So grips are used to cover the handle of their badminton racket. Players may choose between a variety of grip materials. The most common choices are PU synthetic grips. PU synthetic grips are also known as polyurethane synthetic grips, are also known as the over grips. It is used as a covering over the original grip of the racket. It offers greater comfort while absorbing excess sweat. Aside from PU synthetic grips, they can use toweling grips. Toweling grips are mostly made by cotton and is used also to absorb sweat. Players often find that sweat becomes a problem. If they don't have PU synthetic grips or toweling grips, they can use sweat baths as an alternative. There are two main types of grips. We have the replacement grips and over grips. Replacement grips are thicker and are often used to increase the size of the handle. It also replaces the original grip. The next type is over grips. Over grips are thinner, less than 1 millimeter, and are often used as the final layer. Over grips are also PU synthetic grips, as I said a while ago. Many players, however, they prefer use replacement grips as the final layer. Toweling grips are always replacement grips, so it can be changed. Replacement grips have an adhesive backing, whereas over grips have only a small patch of adhesive at the start of the tape and must be applied under tension. Over grips are more convenient for players who change groups frequently because they may be removed more rapidly without hanging that underlying material. So for the badminton players, mostly they are using replacement grips as their final layer. So that's all for the grip.
Badminton shuttlecock.
A shuttlecock is a high drag projectile used in the sport of badminton. It has an open conical shape formed by feathers embedded into a rounded cork base. The shuttlecock shape makes it extremely aerodynamically stable. A little trivia about this is that shuttlecock frequently shortened to shuttle, derived from its back and forth motion during the game, resembling the shuttle of a 14th century loom, while the cock is derived from the resemblance of the feathers to those on a chicken. There are two types of shuttlecock. One is the feather shuttlecock, the one we discussed, and it is often used in a professional events, while the other one is the nylon shuttlecock. It is often used in a indoor or outdoor place with friends, relatives, or any other than that can be played with.
Let's talk about the shoes of badminton players. These shoes are lightweight with soles of rubber or similar high grip, non-marking materials. The advantage of badminton shoes is that it has a very thin sole, lower person center of gravity, and therefore it will result in fewer injuries. Compared to running shoes, badminton shoes have little lateral support. High levels of lateral support are useful for activities where lateral motion is undesirable and unexpected. In badminton, it requires a powerful lateral movement. A highly built-up lateral support will not be able to protect the foot in badminton. Instead, it will encourage catastrophic collapse at the point where the shoe's support fails and the player's ankle are not ready for the sudden loading, which cause sprains. That is why a badminton player should choose badminton shoes than general trainers or running shoes. A player should ensure that they learn safe and proper footwork with the knee and foot in alignment on all lunges. This is not only safety concern, as a proper footwork is critical in order to move effectively around the court. Here are the badminton equipment laws. The laws specific which equipment may be used. In particular, the laws restrict the design and the size of rackets and shuttlecocks. The laws also provide for testing a shuttlecock for the correct speed. To test a shuttlecock, use a full underhand stroke which may contract with the shuttlecock over the back boundary line. The shuttlecock shall be hit at an upward angle and in a direction parallel to the sidelines. A shuttlecock of the correct speed will land not less than 530 mm and not more than 990 mm short of the other back boundary line.
There you got it. We hope that you learned from this video. Thank you for watching and keep safe.